See here now. Get this here thing situated. Okay. Okay. See this here. Highlight. Let me see top chat. Now let me see if this chat working. Okay. All right. Hey, thank y'all so much. I think I got this thing set up. Now, okay. Watching the video. Want to pop in and do my Q&As. Now, you know on Saturdays, I try to do 2 Q&As. I wanted to do one last night, but my body said no. Like, R. Kello's song. My body was telling me no. So I said, no, let me just wait till the day. Slept in today, got a little rest. So I wanted to pop in and do a Q&A. Congratulations to all the new coaches. There's a few of y'all took the life coach certification and now joining my mentor.life. God bless you. Now, if you have a question, if you missed a live, put hashtag Q in front of your question. And y'all try not to, you right on time, Boled. We just started. I only been on here 2 minutes. And on the chat, y'all, leave all the extra stuff out the chat just so it don't fill up. So if you're not asking a question, just don't put nothing in the chat, because when y'all put all that in the chat, everything disappear and people be sending a little blessing, but it goes into the chat and I don't see it. So y'all try to hold off on the just random messages and emojis and stuff like that. Pretty Black, we got it. We're gonna leave that where it's at, so you can stop posting that in there. Lady D, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, and thank you for all you do. God bless you. Okay, glad you watched the book. On the average, how long does it take to finish the mentoring course? You could do it in a day. If you dedicate a Saturday to it and you get up and you go through the videos, and in between the videos there's quizzes. There's a workbook and textbook, but it's a bonus. Like you could read the textbook if you want to, but I'm sharing all that stuff in the video. So you really don't have to read the textbook, but you can. And then the workbook, that's just a bonus. That's really for another form of the class. It's not really for the online version. So a lot of people finish it in a day going through it. It's not that complicated because certification is not required. So it's really just teaching you about the business, how to build your brand and things of that nature. So it's not like going to college. 1 second. Hey, Tony, did you see my email I sent you? I wanted to bless a member of the Blessed Tribe with your new book. No, I didn't see it, but maybe if you just find somebody or somebody could write you personally. We're not really doing that on my end anymore just because it's too much, logistics on our side, because then we got to go get the book. We got to go mail the book. So by the time, we do that, and that's me or my wife because of this situation, everybody in their house. Do you think it's a bad idea for women to give a man an ultimatum to get married? Seems forced. No. And another thing, when somebody asks a question, y'all try not to answer the question Just let me answer the question, because you know people been getting upset about that. So y'all hold y'all answers, and let me answer the question to the person who asking. No, a woman should not give a man an ultimatum to get married. To be honest with you, it's like if you got to give a man an ultimatum to marry you, then that's not your husband. Um, that's not your husband, because a man knows who he wants. He knows his wife. So if you got to make him marry you, then you shouldn't be with him. So understand that, and that will kind of ruin things. He may marry you, but he gonna have resentment, and you gonna pay for it. Roxy, God bless you. Blessing to you and the First Lady. Enjoyed the video yesterday. Hey, God bless you. Joanna, bless you, bless you. Blessings, Tony. This guy is really nice, good manners, but after 3 months of dating, he became impatient and sarcastic. He wanted to sleep with me. Please advise. See, that's the thing. What you gotta look at what you're saying, Joanna. When you say this guy is really nice. Hold on 1 second. I had to have a commercial break real quick. I forgot to pray before I got on here. So I needed to go talk to the Lord. You got to look at what you're saying now when you say he's really nice and good manners. But after 3 months of dating, he became impatient and sarcastic. He wanted sex. Please advise. So that shows you who he really is. He's not a nice guy with good manners. He's actually a guy who showed you his representative, and he was playing games with you. So that's something totally different. Kia, God bless you. Hey, now, if y'all see me answering a question, hold your question so it don't get too far. And when somebody posts a question, try not to post anything else in the chat. I see a lot of people when they come in, and to the moderators, when people come in and keep saying hello, 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 just retract it so it'll remove it. And when y'all come in, you don't have to type hello and all of that, because it just running the chat up, and then I can't see the questions. We know you're here. We glad you're here. God bless you. Kia, 45-year-old single guy, never been married. Said he wants to get married ASAP. We were just talking for 1 month. What is that about? Is that a red flag? 45-year-old guy, single guy, never been married, said he wants to get married ASAP. That is a red flag, because even a man who's ready is not really going to be ready inside of 12 months. So that is a red flag. So a lot of times it's a man, either he getting ready to pass on, or he getting ready to, he want to make his ex that he left, or she left him, he want to make her mad. A lot of times that's what that is. Cardell, God bless you. How do you feel about worldly dating coaches versus godly dating coaches? I have been listening to worldly dating coaches to get a wife or girlfriend. Well, if you godly, then you shouldn't be listening to worldly dating coaches, because they're not gonna give you godly advice. So if God say don't fornicate, and the worldly coaches say, hey, go sleep around, go do what you want to do, then you getting bad advice. You wouldn't ask somebody who don't know how to do what you're trying to do how to do it. So you got to think about that, because your input going to determine your output. But the thing about worldly dating coaches is that it's going to be, the information going to be easier to digest, because when you're doing things the right way, it's harder. It requires more sacrifice. Boo Baker, God bless you. I haven't heard from my ex in 2 weeks after an argument. He called yesterday. I told him to stay gone. Doesn't take 2 weeks to calm down. Why is he mad that I said stay gone? Well, he mad because he thought he had you. He thought he had you. He thought he knew. He thought he knew who you was, and that he had your number, and he could do what he want to do. And so that's why he mad. But you're right, 2 weeks, it don't take that long now. And you can't take no 2 week break just because you had an argument. That's not a relationship. So when you have an argument in a relationship, y'all sit down and y'all talk that thing out, and you work it out. You get on the same page. What he did, that's totally unacceptable. But now at the same time, if you really want to be with him, you should just check him and say, listen, You can't ever in your life again take a 2 week break because we had a disagreement. Like, that's very immature, and that's not a relationship, and I will not be here for that. When you say stay gone, now you got to stay gone, because if you say stay gone and now you take him back, now he lose all respect for you, because you the woman who cried wolf. Jacqueline, God bless you. These videos are blessings to me. Been healing nicely. Thank you, Tony. I'm on the last chapter of A Woman's Influence. Good read. Hey, God bless you, Jacqueline. Let me see if I missed some up here real quick. Okay, I think I got it. Tanya Jordan, God bless you, Tanya. Bless you. Now, y'all hold on. Now, hey, let me see. I'm trying to cut off a soul tie last week and struggling a bit. I'm keeping myself busy as usual, but still feel sad. Any suggestions? What else I can do to stay focused? Veronica, it just was a week ago, so you got to realize a soul tie, some soul tie take a lifetime, so you talking about 1 week, so it's still so early. You doing what you got to do, you got to keep you here. This is a part of healing from a soul tie. So when you get off here, you go back to reading your book. When you finish reading your book, lock in on your favorite show on Netflix. Go on a bike ride, go walking, start writing your book, start planning your company. What's the name of your company? Who you gonna serve? What your logo look like? What colors is it? You see what I mean? So it's so much that you could be doing. All right, you got your for-profit company. What about your non-profit company? Because you're gonna make good money in your for-profit company, but you need a charitable thing that you need to be able to give back. What that look like? What's the name of it? You see what I mean? A lot of times we think we don't have work to do, when it's always something that we could be building upon. Lady, what does it mean if he hasn't had a serious relationship after you? It's been a year. Well, it's still early. It's still early, and you really don't know if he hasn't had a serious relationship, because that's between him and her. She might think they full fledged all in, and they might be full fledged all in, and you don't know that. So, what does it mean? The real question is, what does it mean that you still worried about him and it's been a year? That you still checking for him and it's been a year? What does that mean? See, that's the real question. See, you worrying about the wrong thing. And so you got to realize, you got to ask a different question. Like, why am I checking for him? Why am I worried about him? What am I doing with my life that I'm still looking backwards and it's been a whole year? Hey, in the chat, only put a question. If you don't have a question, don't type anything, please. Because this thing going, disappearing on me. If you don't have a question, don't type anything, please. What type of video should I make regarding the dating and relationships niche? What are the best platforms to use as far as social media platforms? Devontae, if you want to do videos, Instagram TV and Facebook, just posting the video from your phone, and YouTube. Of course, those gonna be your top three for that dating relationship. Instagram TV, they trying to build it still, so they're gonna push you. The algorithm gonna be there. It's gonna be strong. They're gonna push you. YouTube is gonna push you if you post daily, or three to five times a week. YouTube gonna push you, and Facebook, that's still a viral network too. Tony, what does it mean when a guy asks you to sign a prenup on the very first conversation and you haven't even met yet? He just don't know what he's doing. Jessica Martinez, God bless you, Jessica. God bless you. Pour out in her life, Lord. He just don't know what he's doing. He don't know how to date. He just, he's socially awkward. He just a little slow in the dating world, and just don't know how to talk to a woman, approach a woman. It don't really mean a whole lot, though, to be honest with you. He just don't have a clue what he doing. Is it okay to date just to gain the experience and not to find love? Well, it's kind of like this. Is it okay to play with fire, if I don't want to get burned? You know what I mean? So it's like, if you dating stuff come with dating. Like there's nothing casual about dating. When you date, you form soul ties, emotional or physical or spiritual. So there's repercussions to dating. So if you're gonna date, you gotta date intentional. You gotta be ready for a real relationship, for a soul tie, and you gotta be desiring marriage. If you don't desire that, then don't date because things gonna come with it. You could be talking to somebody talking about you getting experience, but that's Ted Bundy nephew. So here you is talking Ted Bundy nephew, and you think you just getting experience, and he got totally different plans for you. You see what I mean? So when you step into that dating world, don't step out there playing around. You got to really be dating intentionally. Misha, God bless you. Just showing honor. God bless. God bless. How to identify when God is calling you towards a purpose. I have a hard time identifying my gifts. Purpose is not about a gift. So purpose is about service. So serving, like what you see Share H doing. She put the hashtag before the Q. And thank you for that, Share, for putting that in there. You ain't got to put it in there no more, Share. I think they but you see what Share doing, she's saying, look, I'm gonna come on here and this live going, people lives being touched, being changed. I'm not giving advice, but let me serve. You see what I mean? That could be purpose. That could be purpose. So you got to think about that. Like purpose start with where can you serve? You could go to the soup kitchen. You could go down to the soup kitchen and do that. And you could go to the local foundation. And in that, your gift may be serving. Baby daddy is blocked. All of a sudden, he sent me money. Thoughts? Well, that's your baby daddy, Carolina. So take the money, and don't worry about it. Take the money, don't worry about it. And hey, count it all joy. The wealth of the wicked stored up for the righteous. How do I break a soul tie from my husband who abandoned me and my children for the third time in 5 years? You're gonna need coaching. You're gonna need coaching with that one. Because this your husband, what you say, third time in 5 years, you a mother, you're gonna need coaching, but you're doing the same thing. The Soul Ties course is on TonyGastinsAcademy.com. I reduced it from $50 to $5 because this is the perfect time for people to be breaking soul ties. So I just wanted to make it, dirt cheap. But the work is gonna look the same. No matter how deep your relationship is, the work is gonna look the same. It just may take longer. So you reading, you getting new knowledge, you doing coaching, you working on yourself, you building your dream, you building your vision. You doing all the work. The work gonna be the same. Chanel, God bless you. God bless you. What types of things cause a man to become aggressive? Can soul ties and sex cause a man to become crazy, aggressive, or even you using all the words you're not allowed to use on here? I mean, my goodness, you need to be in a therapy session, Chanel. Come on now, you get all these deep topics on here. Yeah, it's just what a man has gone through. It's what a man has gone through, Chanel. It really ain't about you. It really ain't about, what you doing. That's in that man. So if a man is emotionally intelligent, if a man is healthy, whole, healed, confident, you could be back crazy and that ain't gonna make him get out of character. He just gonna say, okay, all right, see you later, and go on about his business. So that's what you got to realize on that. It's just what he done been through. And I tell people all the time, some men have been raised so cold, they don't know how to be warm. Like some men been getting punched in their chest since they were 6 months old. And that's what you got to realize. So when he come into a relationship, he don't even know how to function and be gentle because he been getting punked and bullied his whole life, even sometime by his daddy. Tiffany, God bless you. Appreciate you, Tony. Your genuineness and honesty, your sincere love for helping people. God bless you and Cherie. Hey, God bless you. I sure appreciate you. Lorenzo, You mentioned LegalZoom and LLC.com. I'm wondering if one is even slightly better than the other or if the quality and service is the same. I go with LegalZoom. They cost more. Go with LegalZoom.com. They bigger. They more well known. LLC.com popped up. You know, they really ain't got the budget to do the marketing that LegalZoom can do. I use LegalZoom for my first company that I formed in 2008. So they've been around since then. So they do what they supposed to do. Ventus Eagle. Hey, in the chat, only put questions in there. You know, I told the moderators to remove the other messages, so the waving hands, the hey, the emojis, so that I could get to the questions, so I could really help the people who got a question. All the extra, y'all leave that out of there. Don't put nothing in the chat unless you got a question. Okay. Ventus Eagle. My date, 6 months. God bless you, Benta. Was liking inappropriate pics on IG. I unfollowed him and he asked me why. My date, 6 months. I told him why and told him if he does it again, I'll block him. He did. Then I blocked him. I just sent him your video about a man in his social media. He didn't like it. Benta, you know, you really playing the game all wrong. You playing the game all wrong. So it's like, if this a man that you dating, then you blocking him on social media for being nasty, liking inappropriate pics means nothing. You need to block him in real life. So see, you blocking him on social media, that's just games. You see what I'm saying? And then he continues to do it. He does not respect you. So 6 months you've been dating him, it's the end of it. Now it's time to move on with your life. Because social media does matter. And every man knows that you should not be liking another woman's pictures. If you got a girlfriend or you dating this woman, you should not be liking other women's pictures, because that's sending a message to that woman. Diane, God bless you. Just wanted to bless you, Mr. Gadsden, for your time and your word of blessing. Pour out in her life, Lord. Pour out in her life. Tilda, God bless you. Now, the coach's mentor. Now, make sure you join us now, Tilda, on mymentor.life, so you can start coaching some of our clients too now. God bless you, Tilda. Pour out in her life, Lord. From one coach to another, I've been so blessed by a woman's influence. Your labor is not in vain. God continue to bless Tony and his family in Jesus' name. Hey, I receive that. I receive that. Let me see. The pianist, what are your, now y'all got to forgive me the way I say the pianist. Now, they're just talking about there's somebody that's doing this now. When I say the pianist, I ain't talking about, but y'all know my accent, throw it off. Now, the pianist, what are your thoughts on changing your number to avoid contact with an ex? That's a perfect thing to do. That's a perfect thing to do. Especially if it's not a number that you done had since 8th grade. Everybody and their mama got it. To where you have to notify 1,000 people that you change your number. But that's a perfect thing to do. Linda, we didn't speak for a week, but he ended up calling me and telling me and send me pics that he moved out of his ex's place and working to better himself with everything. He is serious with everything else. Is he serious about us? He might not necessarily be serious about y'all, but he's serious about working on himself. And you really don't know if he actually moved out or not. So, you know, if y'all ain't talk, go on about your business. Hi, Tony. I purchased 2 of your books. Thank you. Have you written a book strictly speaking on understanding men? Understanding men. That book will have to be long as the Bible. That's what these videos is, to be honest with you, because I can't write that much in the world. So that's every day what I'm doing is hour-long videos. Make that your book, because I can't even write no book on that, because that book would be so long. You hear me? They wouldn't even be able to print that book. But no, I have not. I have not. That's a good idea though. I'll try to see what I can do. How do I kindly show my husband that his grown boy behavior is no longer acceptable? Mimi, God bless you. God bless you. Now, what you're going to have to do, Mimi, is read a woman's influence. Read a woman's influence. In here, you're going to read about the 72-hour rule. And you're going to read about another chapter that says, just say no. But it's going to take some tact. You know, you're gonna have to be tactful with this because this your husband. But the key is not reinforcing the behavior. So what this means is you may have to pull back. You may have to be in the house but be silent. You may have to remove your energy. Let him know that you're not entertaining him. So if he's being a grown boy, but you still cooking for him, you still cleaning for him, you still sleeping with him, you still kikiing with him, you know, then he doesn't get the picture. But when you walking around and he realized that you unhappy because you silent, and then when y'all talk about it, he inquires within what's wrong with you, and you say this is the issue, and you know this, and if this is not corrected, I'm not gonna be here. When you let him know that, guess what? He gonna get his life together. Should women feel valid for feeling like they were the one who built the man up for his next relationship? Um, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like, Ariana, you could feel that way, but what you want for it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like you got to ask yourself, do I want a cookie? You know what I mean? You got to, do I want a cookie? It's really not that you built him up for the next woman. It's that he was on his journey and you was a part of his journey. So he was not going to be your husband regardless because when he intersected with you, if he was intended to be your husband, he would have grew in your season, in the season that you were in his life. So when he takes and he moves forward to the next woman, that's just his journey. Because like the exes I was with right before my wife ain't do nothing for me, ain't build me nothing. You know, reinforce all my negative behavior, all my grown boy behavior. So it's like if you was there and he was cheating on you, cursing you out, doing whatever, and you stayed with him for a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you was there for that, then guess what? You reinforce that. So you ain't actually build him up. You reinforce the negative behavior. So then when y'all broke up, now he gets with the next woman. If he gets with the next woman and she put her foot down, she actually building him up because she put her foot down. You see what I mean? And so you can't really focus on that. Instead, you got to say, what can I learn from this? So my next relationship, when I get with this man, instead of being a ride or die, because ain't nobody died for you but Jesus Christ, instead of being a ride or die, let me stand my ground, hold him accountable, and make sure I got my standards in place so that this man, in this season of his life, he grows to be the man that he needs to be for me. You see what I mean? Versus looking backwards. And that's where it get a little complicated. Natasha, God bless you. Natasha, pour out in her life. Danielle, bless you. Pour out in her life. Blessed afternoon, Tony. What are your thoughts on women who date younger men, cougars? I don't think you have a video on this. No, I don't have no video on that. I really don't understand women. You know, I answer questions about men. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I saw a cougar last night on a show I was watching. What that show was on Netflix. Me and my wife was watching Netflix and chill. Selling Sunset. Selling Sunset. We watching the reality, the people who sell houses in California. And they had a lady on there that was 38 and she with a man that's 25. I could look at that man and tell he on bit more like her than a can of paint. She playing herself like a deck of cards, and she thinks she done got her something. She think that Jezebel spirit done got him where she need him to be, and he playing her. That man don't want her. That man want that green card because he from another country with an accent, strong accent. He want that citizenship, or he want some money or some plugs to be plugged in the city. This man 25, tall, muscular, look like what they be grabbing for the model. This lady 38, you know, not all that. And she thinking she got her little some. Listen, them cool. I don't even want to call it no cougar. That's y'all term, okay? The ladies who dating the men that's young enough to be their son, they playing themselves. Because for that young man, he not attracted to her. That's just a notch in his belt. He want her for her stability. He want her for where she live at, what car she drive, her credit. So he could play on her, her loneliness, her desperation. He could play on her, use her to get in position. Marry her, then if they want to get a divorce, he get 50%. He done came up and just gave 3 to 5 years of his life, which he was gonna waste in the club anyways. So that's how that right there break down. Gina, God bless you. Hi, Tony. How do I stop feeling angry when a man keeps on lying on me just to make himself look like a decent human being? Well, you got to do you. You know, you got to do you. Don't worry about what he lying about, because everybody could see with their own eyes. So somebody could be lying on you, but if you out and you serving in the community, you know, you carrying yourself right, you dressing right, talking right, walking right, people gonna say, well, this is what he said about her, but when I bumped into her, I ain't get that at all. Like, she was a totally different person. Like I don't know what he talking about. You see what I mean? You can't be. But if you believe in his lies and you giving him that power, now when people meet you, you thinking that, oh, you think what he said about me is true. So you looking mean and nasty. Your energy nasty because you think they already judging you when they could not be judging you, because they know him. They know he a liar. They know he petty. They know he full of drama. You see what I mean? So that's what you got to worry about. Hey, when people pop in and say, hey, y'all can let them say that, hey, that one time. If they keep on putting, hey, you know, then remove it so I could keep the chat clear. But if they pop in and say, hey, they just not catching in, they just not coming in, so they ain't heard what I said earlier about keeping the chat clear. For those of you who just popping in, keep the chat clear. Don't post nothing in the chat unless it's a question. And so I could get to those questions in there. Jessica, God bless you now. There is a man that is husband material. He is what you call looks challenge. Should I give him a chance? There is this other guy that went MIA for 5 days and messaged on Facebook, came back saying that he left his phone in an Uber. Now that's a good line. Now, hey, that's a good line. Now I do know a guy who did leave his phone in an Uber. So hey, that's a good line. I don't know if it take 5 days to get it back, but that's a good line. But that boy, hey, that boy, that bad. If he made that up, that boy, that's smooth up. But I will tell you now. See, when it comes to a person that you consider looks challenged, now that's the word I use, but I don't consider him looks challenged. You consider him looks challenged because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So that's you judging him. I can't tell. You see what I'm saying? That's just the word I'm giving it so that we don't have to call him look ugly. But if he make your stomach turn when you talking to him, if you feel a little throw up in your throat, then that means you can't be in a relationship. If your stomach does not turn and you don't feel a little throw up when you looking at him, then you could work through it, because when you fall in love, you're gonna fall for him more. You're gonna be there with him more. You know, so he can grow on you. Now, if looking at him turn your stomach, then that's not fair to you. So you, and see what you got to realize. This is the other thing that a lot of times we don't think about. Okay, is this man who could be looks challenged? He could be showing you his representative because he know that he don't often get to sit down and talk to a woman who look like you or on your level. So he could be treating the woman that want him, he could be treating her like trash. But then because you look better than him, he treating you like a treasure. But really he don't have character and he's not a good person. So you doing him a favor by swallowing your preference or your pride and being with him when you're not attracted to him. You could be doing a no good man a favor. So that's where, if you're gonna deal with him, you got to make sure that he truly a man of character and integrity. Coco, God bless you. Your video, grown girl versus grown women, made me realize that I have some growing up to do. I still need to get my emotions in check and get over daddy issues. Hey, God bless you, Coco. God bless you for, just that realization and just, sitting with the word and seeing what you can get from it, instead of being defensive and wanting to argue. And speaking to that, I responded to one lady. I don't always respond to people on there just because everybody got their opinion and I just don't have the time. But one thing I noticed is that a lot of women cannot understand when I'm talking about a man with character who may make $40,000. And a lot of women cannot understand that that amount of money don't mean anything. And women always want to say, well, what if I make six figures? It's like, okay, so what? The 19 hit, you could be making zero figures. You see what I'm saying? So it's like money is just energy. Like it's here today, gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like Warren Buffett had to report losing 50 billion in the stock market. Now, of course, he's going to get it back. His profit's still up there, but it's like money, it don't mean nothing. It's here and there. You making six figures, but your job can fire you. Your customers, your clients can find a new person that they own. So what matters is character and integrity. And no matter how many times I try to express that, a lot of women just cannot wrap their mind around that because y'all so focused on money and what a man could do for you monetarily. And then get in that situation with a man who can do for you monetarily, and because you didn't help him build that money, he treat you like trash after a year. Catherine, God bless you. God bless you, Tony. Do you have any advice for people dealing with toxic family during the quarantine? I'm guessing y'all live together. I go in the room. Go in the room. Go in the room. You see what I'm saying? Go in the room, get your distance. Be busy. Tell them you studying for a test and you can't be bothered. You're not going to be coming out the room. See love, God bless you. See love, I saw you put a question in the chat. God bless you. Pour out in you like put your question back in the chat. I was answering another one of the VIPs that was up here, but I did see you. I saw your name with a question, so post that a question again that you had. See love, God bless you. Pour out in a light. Jasmine, God bless you now. I broke up with my ex last month because of his drinking. I blocked him, but he keeps calling on masked numbers to see how I'm doing. Does he want me back? He said he is scared to fail if he gets help. Yeah, he wants you back. Yeah, he wants you back, but does he deserve you? Yeah, he wants you back. He wants you because he need that, that crutch. He needs you to be there. For his highs and lows, he needs you to be there. And he's scared if he's going to fail if he gets help. That means he doesn't want to change. Because when you want to change, you don't fear failure. Because you know that it's a choice that you can choose every day. So you don't fear failure when you take control of your life. You fear failure when you kind of, maybe I want to change, maybe I don't. Maybe I like this feeling. Maybe this feeling wash away my pain, take away my sorrows. And you go into that mindset. But when you say, I am changing, I'm deciding today, and I'm going to decide every single day that I'm changing, you have complete control over your life. Your brain ain't going to grab your hand and drag you to the store to go get that alcohol. You making a choice in your mind to say, I got to go get this, to get this monkey off my back, to get this feeling off of me. And that's what's going on. Latoya, any suggestions for single mom life coaches who are trying to balance coaching clients and raising children during this quarantine? That's a tough one now because I coach some clients who they're single moms and they have to go talk, to their child during the session. Yeah, that's really hard. So what I would say is put your children on a schedule, on a routine. So depending on their age, if they older, then they should know better. 13, 14, they in the room. 6, 7, you got to create a routine. And this is a part about coaching yourself. So like my sons, up until a certain age, every single day, they had a nap at like 2 p.m. So from like 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., that was their schedule. Every single day they taking a nap. And so if you a coach, now you know you can coach 2 to 3 and 3 to 4. And if something happens that you didn't plan for, your client will be understanding with that. Then bedtime 8 p.m. So now you can coach 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. You see what I mean? If they wake up at a certain time, 8 a.m., you can coach 7 to 8. So you put your child on a schedule and you build a schedule in so they know the difference between morning and night, nap time, break time, what have you, game time or TV time, ABC Mouse. They love that. You do ABC Mouse, and then you coach around that there. And if you got any friends or family, then you can have somebody help you. See, love, I'm a minister and travel at times. When should I mention in dating has resulted before in guys being uncomfortable, acting like I will be judging them. That's good. That's a first day conversation. See, love, that's a first day conversation that you a minister. That's a first day conversation. If a guy get uncomfortable about that and he looking like you gonna be judging him, what that means is that means that he got a spirit in him, and your spirit is tweaking that spirit. It's spiking his spirit. He like, ooh, and he starts to feel it. And so when you mention that, and I noticed that too, because energy attract or repel. So when I go around certain people, because my energy is pure, because I live a life of integrity, a person who doesn't live a life of integrity, they kind of gonna squirm around me. I remember I met a celebrity one time, and he shook my hand, and we was doing some work and for a project, and he said, man, I'm around all of these major celebrities and I'm never nervous. He was like, but I meet you and I'm like nervous. I'm kind of shaking. And come to find out a few years later, he was putting hands on his woman. And so when he met me and knew that I'm a relationship coach that's living right, doing right, and treating my woman right, it made him feel guilty because he's not treating women right. And that came out later that he was putting hands on her. And that's why my spirit spike here. So you got to be very mindful. You got to be very mindful. Um, Hey, only put questions in the comments because I'm trying to find the questions in here. And if you ask the question, wait and let some other people ask a question. If I already answered one of your questions, be fair to some of the other people. Let me answer some questions from somebody who haven't answered a question so that this is not like a one-on-one session. Good afternoon, Tony. I'm 28 and been told that I look like I'm barely out of high school and feel like people don't take me seriously because of it. How do I change that? Well, you might do look like that. So sometimes it's kind of like it's no different than, I used to have 6 gold teeth. You see what I'm saying? So if I got 6 gold teeth and I'm on here, are you gonna take me seriously? I used to have big chains, big dope boy chains, 6 gold teeth, long gold teeth. I used to have dreads. You see what I mean? So it's kind of like if you looking like you fresh out of high school, put your red lip on. Go to a hairstylist and say, hey, what hairstyle will help me look more mature? Like make the changes. Don't just walk around mad saying, man, people don't take me serious because I look 18. Go do what you got to do to look your age. Put your red lip on. Learn a new style of dress. You might have to dress a different way. Put your blazer on. Put your 6-inch heels on. Put your jeans on. You see what I mean? Put your watch on. Put your bracelet on. Put your little what you call this, necklace on, but not a necklace, like a you got to grown it up a little bit. Get your brooch. Put your brooch on your blazer. If you don't like a red lip, put that dark purple on there that y'all be wearing. Get you something that gonna give you a little but instead of wearing the little girl hairstyle, you know, you got to make changes. And this is the thing. It's nothing wrong with change. All change is good if it's not compromising your self-worth and your self-respect. So a lot of time people say, well, I don't want to change because then that's changing who I am. No, it ain't changing who you are. It's adjusting your packaging. It's changing your packaging. It ain't changing you. I'm still the same person. The same guy who had 6 gold teeth. I still got the same heart, the same energy. I just changed my packaging. Alexandra Cole, God bless you. Good afternoon. There's 2 parts. First, happy belated birthday, TG. Hey, God bless you. Y'all ain't got to say all that, all them, formalities and stuff when y'all come in here. You know what I mean? Trying to be formal like your grandma raised you. Y'all could just give me the question. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here to serve y'all. Y'all be trying to be nice to me and stuff. A big thank you to the Queen and you for a woman's influence. Just received my copy. Going to finish after homework. Truly the leverage, assistance, and blessings we need. Hey, God bless you, Alexandria. You were raised right. You come here, you sound like your grandma raised you. God bless you. Chocolate coated life, God bless you. Pour out in her life. God bless your ministry. It's a part of my daily listening regimen and keeps me pressing towards the mark for the prize of the high calling. Hey, God bless you, chocolate coated. See, God will send people like that right there. Just to remind you what you're doing. A lady wrote me yesterday talking about I'm posting too many videos and losing value. Can you guess what happened to her? Blocked. My fingers, my thumb still red. Blocked. Another lady posted, since when did Tony go from being informational to being misogynistic? It's like, I don't know what that word is. I know what the word is, but I know I'm the furthest thing from it because ain't no misogynist going to be on here giving all the game away. Guess what she got? Blocked. You hear me? So you have detractors coming to try to derail what the Lord doing. And what happened? I go to the block ministry. And then the Lord send folks like y'all to say, Tony, hey, this blessing me. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's why, keep doing it. Do you think it's best to find my wife? Now, here go Devontae with his second question for his one-on-one session. Okay. Do you think it's best to find my wife before diving into my purpose and passion? Your videos about your wife really make me want to find her. I can't wait to buy the book. Me personally, I think you should find your wife. But see, here's the thing. If you're not in your, passions, your purpose and your passion, your wife might not want you. So you could be operating in your purpose and your passion and find your wife. And your purpose and your passion might just be coaching, might be speaking. I can't remember what you said that you do. And you could find your wife simultaneously. So, me, I wasn't doing nothing when I found my wife. I was in school, so I was young, so it's different. But I told myself I can't be successful unless I meet my wife first because I didn't want to build success. I knew that me being in fornication would block my blessings. So I wanted to be married and I wanted to be in right standing with God so that I could have, if I wanted to be in, sleep with a woman, I'm doing it in a covenant and it's not blocking my blessings and hindering my focus so that I could be intimate with my woman who is my wife, be focused, and then have her as a teammate while I'm on my grind. Have her as the other side of the brain. Because see, men think with one side of the brain, a woman think with both sides of the brain. So a woman in your life bring a whole nother perspective to what you're doing. She help you see things more clearly. So you could build faster and you could be more effective and efficient when you got a woman in your life. Men don't realize that when you doing stuff by yourself, you hustling backwards because your mind is not fully optimized to see the full picture. So you're going to see it one way and it's going to be tunnel vision and you're going to block your blessings. But when you get your woman, she going to see what you can't see and she could point stuff out and she could, let you know about certain people and then certain moves. You can bounce it off of her. She becomes your board. She becomes your manager, your assistant, your CEO. She all that in one. And then on top of that, she your lover. So she keep you balanced physically, okay? And then also spiritually. Hey, only put questions in the chat. Kia reminding y'all, only put questions in the chat because we filling up the chat and I can't get to the questions. And remember to put the hashtag Q in front of your question. Miss V, God bless you. Pour out in her life. Just sending a blessing for you and the family. Thank you, Tony, for all you do and without compromise. Hey, God bless you now. God's chosen one, bless you. Pour out in her life, Lord. Bless her now. Bless her. Allison Whitworth, bless her, Lord. Hey, Tony, I just wanted to let you know I have purchased your book, A Woman's Influence, through Books A Million. I can't wait to begin reading. Thank you for everything you do. Hey, bless you, Allison. Bless you. And see, she said I purchased your book through Books A Million. One of the questions that always confuse me that I get, and maybe y'all understand this, but I don't want you to answer it in the chat, is how do I get your book? And I'm like, where you get books from? Uh, this your first book? You don't know where they sell books at? I'm like, what? How do you get my book? And we ain't selling these out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, Walmart, Target, Audible. That question always confused me. Can you possibly think of doing a mini movie series on YouTube about your topics to grasp a visual on the importance of waiting on God and the woman's influence and the importance of not fornicating? Yep, I am. And think about that. That's in the works, but we in this here situation right now, so we can't move on it right now. But that take a lot of, it take money. Okay, it take money, and so I got to get the finances where it need to be. And I really don't like to do crowdfunding and asking people. I never believed in like the GoFundMe type stuff, and the Kickstarter type stuff. I don't like asking for handouts. If somebody bless me with something, I'm happy and I receive it. But you don't see me posting asking for a donation or asking to raise money. I just don't like that. Because for me, especially when it's something that is like a dream or like a hobby, or so I got to get my money right the way I put my own money up. You know what I mean? So that take money, what you asking. Do you think that it's possible that marriage is not in the cards for some people? True love is like winning the lotto. What do you think? CJL just came in here. See, this is the thing. It's a quote that says, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. That's what I feel about love and marriage. If you have that mindset, then you have a pessimistic, glasses half empty mindset. So guess what? That's going to show up in your energy. So it could be disparity between how many men and how many women there are. But the women that's going to get the men are the women who believe marriage is for them. Because when you believe that it's for you, your energy is going to be pure and attractive, and it's going to be pleasant. So you're going to go from that 90% to the top 10%, and you're going to be who the men are attracted to. But if you keep telling yourself that marriage just might not be in the cards for me, marriage just might not be in the cards for me, it just might not be the thing, I don't know, then guess what? That mindset is going to make your shoulders slump. It's going to make your brow furrowed. You're going to be rude. You're going to be condescending when a man comes to approach you. You're going to look at him funny. You're going to give him attitude because of what you've been telling yourself. So it's out there if you want it. But if you don't believe it, then you won't receive it. Deanna Ray, God bless you now. Why does spouse feel awkward around me? We're separated, but have to see each other because of the kids. He left. I've accepted it. He seems irritable also. It's a soul tie. Whenever I say a soul tie strangling him, that's what I mean. I mean that soul tie, that emotional tie that y'all have. If he doesn't know how to address it, see, you on here doing the work. So you get your answer, but then you also get the answer that I give to everybody else question. With every answer, you add knowledge. With that knowledge, you add confidence. That turns into power. So you have gotten over it because of the work that you're doing. He's sitting in his mess and he like a pig wallowing in the mud. So when he comes around you, he don't know how to maneuver because he hasn't done the work. because he don't know about coaching. He don't know about getting on live and for the Q&A with a relationship coach. So he's struggling. See, love, God bless you. Thanks for the answer. It's just hard sometimes getting rejected for my purpose, and I can't lie and say it doesn't hurt a little bit too. Well, that's the thing. See, love, you got to shift your mindset, and you cannot see it. And you being a minister, you need to hear this, and you need to understand that it is not rejection. That's God's protection. And that's what you got to realize. That's God's redirection. That's God's, misdirection of that man, moving him out your life. So you can't take it personal. It's kind of like any space that you can't fit in, it means that space can't hold you. It means that space is not on your energy. Any person that don't want to be in your life, that means that their energy is not where your energy is. So you can't see that as rejection. That's protection. And you got to shift your mindset. You got to shift your mindset to realize also he's not leaving you or rejecting you for your purpose. He leaving because he was gonna leave anyways. He leaving because he realized that he can't be with you. Like he can't be the man that you need, that you deserve. So he realizes that. So that's what you got to understand. It ain't about you. JMD, God bless you. God bless you. Pour out in your life. Chelsea, God bless you. Pour out in her life. A man emailed me from a meetup group. I'm focused on my 3Bs in Christ right now. 3Bs, brain, brand, body. Body and money need work right now. Divorced 3 years. One son, 5 years old. Not into dating online. Should I go give him a chance? We always a work in progress. Your body may never be exactly where you want it to be. Your money may never be exactly where you want it to be. It can get up there, but your son 5, so he can talk. So if the man thump him in the head, he could come to you and say, Mama, that man, your friend, thumped me in my head when you went to the bathroom. So now your son could talk. So it's okay for you at this point to start dating. Now, so you could date this man, but you can move slowly. So y'all talk on the phone every day. If you got a sitter or a family member who don't have the 19, they could watch your son. You could go on a little date after the 19. Some of y'all opening up, for the governors that ain't got no sense. They going ahead and starting opening up so y'all could step outside and, go on a little date, and you got a sitter. And you could do this in 3 months. You'll know if he worth it. 3-month mark, if he ain't worth it, move on about your life. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to sit idle while you working on yourself. You could be working on yourself and meeting some people at the same time. Lady, God bless you. Working on my online business. It is a requirement to register the business, or is it a requirement to register the business through my state first? It would be smart. It's not a requirement. You could be a business, like you could make money and it go to your name, but then you're gonna have to pay crazy taxes if you get a surge of income to your name. You got to pay taxes on that. Whereas when you get a business, you can have your S corp, and you could work with your CPA, with a local CPA for, they ain't gonna really hit you across the head because they know you're a new business. So they might at the most be $200 a month for a brand new business, or they'll be less. Or you could just do a consultation and get the knowledge that you need with your CPA. But I definitely recommend registering your business, because in most states it's gonna be $150 or less. I think in Florida, it's $125 right now. My first business I did was $35 because I've been out here on this here thing, but now I think it's $125. Liz C, God bless you. What would you recommend for a single woman, no kids, woman of faith, in the 30s, since dating sites are a no in current 19 situation? Thank you. Isaiah 1:3. I don't know what Isaiah 1:3 say, but I know it say something good now. I recommend for you, single woman, no kids, woman of faith, in this time, in this 19, you got to see this like your wilderness experience. You got to see this like your valley experience. So what you got to do is you got to sit down and you got to spend time with the Lord. When you wake up, and you let the Bible play on the audio app, on the Bible app, or if you rather read, you read a chapter, 2 chapters at the most, get that in your spirit, sit on it, then you sit in silence 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes if you need to. Get the message, see the vision, and start building you. What every woman who is single ought to be doing is giving her business, her brand, or whatever it is, giving it legs. Give it legs so that when you meet the man, now you in a place to where your stuff already up and going. It's already up and moving. So now you able to have a relationship because you don't put in so much work. It's kind of like, having an infant. You got to get that infant to a certain place to where he or she can walk, you know, and they can start to, and when they can walk and they can talk, life start to get easier and easier and easier the older your son or daughter get. But when they real little, you get, as a baby, you get them every 2 hours to feed. That's how it is with your dreams and your business. When it's real small and you just not starting out, it take a lot of time. So this is the time while you single with no children to be doing that. So that way when your man come and the kids coming, then stuff already up and running. I want to learn how to give people real second chances. But after they hurt me, I don't look at them the same. Any advice on how to overcome this? Um, you can forgive a person and forget a person. So it's kind of like, if you know a person is a serial killer, okay, and they took your cousin, you can forgive that person to release your heart, but that don't mean you got to go hang out with them. Forgiveness don't mean being in the presence of somebody. So it's okay if a person crossed you so bad to the point that they really done sent you a real message. It's okay to forgive them and to remove them from your life. That's all right. Like, don't feel like forgiveness mean that's what God is for. You see what I mean? That's what God is for. That you have to be there, with He is there for them. So you got to think about that. What to do when you're already pregnant by a grown boy? How to move forward? Business relationship only. Um, yes. I got a video on how to co-parent. I believe that's the name of it. So type in how to co-parent Tony Gaskins. It's a whole hour. I don't want to cheat you on that one because that one right there is deep, you know. And if that video don't do it, you need to sign up for a session. We got co-parenting coaches on mymentor.life. But co-parenting and marriage, those deep, those real deep, questions. Like this one right here. I have been married for 12 years, but 4 years ago, my husband cheated on me. I found it in myself to forgive him, but now after 4 years, I have a new lover in my life. He makes me happy. What do I do? Okay. So you married with a new lover. Okay. Okay. All right. So Lord and brought everybody out. Okay. Lord and brought y'all over here. Now y'all know it's a Christian channel. Okay, we saved and sanctified now. So now from my belief system, you in adultery, you in sin, but just in the world system, you playing with fire. Because if you gonna have you a lover, then you need to give a divorce paper. So you need to give a divorce paper if you gonna move on with your life. Because you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out because you playing yourself. Because what you don't realize is that the person that you call your lover, if he knows about your husband, he don't take you serious anyways. Because a man does not see a woman who is cheating on her husband as a classy woman. A man sees you as a no good woman. So he may make you happy, but he's there to use you. He using you to get you on your back. You see what I'm saying? And Miss V, we Don't add no comments. All right, no comments in the chat. Like the people said, I posted the post for the Blessed Tribe. I done deleted it for the new members so they don't have to see that. But y'all see what the people said now. They don't want nobody answering on their questions and all of that, adding on to their questions. So y'all just put questions in the chat. Questions in the chat. Do I need to say this in Espanol? Ha cuando le suce le chate. Okay, only put questions in the chat. So what you got to realize is the man who dealing with you is he does not see you as a good woman. So he's there. He gonna make you happy. He gonna make you happy, but it's for his benefit. And when he tired, then guess what? He gonna play you. Boom. He gonna play you. He got you. Just like that. So that's what you got to realize. And then with your husband, if your husband find out about this new lover, now you playing with your life. So that's why you got to do things as the Bible say, decent and in order. Get your divorce, heal your heart, then move on with your life. Miss G, God bless you. Thank you for your work, Tony. Truly God sent. I believe the Holy Spirit led me to your videos and it has changed my life. Hey, God bless you. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm trying to do. Help any kind of way I can. If you have a question, put hashtag Q in front of the question. Tony, when you said it can take a man a year, wow, I done passed the hour. I got 24 more minutes. I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm gonna just try to do an hour today on this first live. She said, man, you can't talk just for an hour. And sure enough, I look up and we done passed an hour. Hey, hold your question now. Hold your question right quick. I see something right here. Tony, when you said it can take a man a year to know if you're his wife, if there are deal breakers, were you saying deal breakers on behalf of the man or on behalf of the woman? It can take a man a year to know if you're his wife, if there are deal breakers. Desiree, I don't really know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is even if it's deal breakers, meaning that even if the woman, if you got insecurities, if you got some childhood issues, if you got some stuff like that, that may be a deal breaker. Even if y'all talked about how many bodies you got to your name and he don't like that number that he heard, that could be a deal breaker. I said, even if it's deal breakers, it will not take him more than a year to know if he wants to marry you. So, and that's on either side, his side or your side, just period. Like a man will know by the 12-month mark if you're his wife. And the reason being, if y'all actively dating. Now, if y'all talk 1 month, then y'all ain't talk, and y'all talk once a month for the next 11 months, that's different. But if y'all actively dating, you in a relationship, y'all talk every day, then, you'll see that. Latif say Ksenia asked a question at the beginning of the hour and she reposted it. I'll look for Lasenia. Now it's easy over there, Latif, for you to see the questions because you reading all the questions. I'm over here answering the questions. So you got to post it when you post your question. You gotta when I'm talking, if you post your question, I'm not gonna see it because other people still posting it. So when you hear me stop talking, that's when you post your question, and then I can see it. But I can't answer the question and read the question, so I don't see Lasenia nowhere. So she might be stuck on your chat. Your chat might have stopped, but on my chat, I'm right here at Queen Experience. My kid's father does not support or call our 2 children. He sends a text saying, tell the kids that I love them. They will understand it better coming from you. What do I do with this information? Don't tell him nothing. If he don't want to be there, then he dead. You see what I mean? So don't tell him nothing for him. because he a grown man. He could be man enough to tell him himself. You tell him, listen, you're a grown man. Be man enough to tell them yourself. It's wrong for me to tell them something that you can't tell them. That's like a guy sending his friend up to holler at you. Hey, my friend want to talk to you. And then you look at him like, how old are we? Like we 30 some years old. Why your friend can't walk up to me? Is something wrong with his legs? Nope, he got two legs. So I don't want to talk to no man that got to tell his friend to come talk to me. The same thing with that right there. A man shouldn't be telling the woman to tell his own kids that he love them. Because if you can't talk to your kid, then you don't love them. So stop lying. So when he not there, what a woman has to do is you gotta be everything. But one thing that we make the mistake is we think that we 50-50. No, when you lay down to have kids, you 100%. They 100% your children. So if something happened to your partner, whether they leave or whether they pass on and they go meet the Lord, then you are 100%. So you be 100% mama, and then they're not even going to be focused on him, and they'll deal with that as they get older and they're able to deal with it. Miss China Doll, how does a man see women who are okay with sharing him? Your thoughts. Like trash. How does a man see women who are okay with sharing him? Your thought. Like trash. He see you like trash, and what I mean by that is he see you as expendable. He sees you as nothing. He sees you as worthless. He sees you as, if you will share him with another woman, that means that he can cut you with no remorse when he want to drop both of y'all for two more women. A man cannot respect a woman who don't respect herself enough to know that she's enough for a man. So if she don't know she's enough, he's not going to tell her she's enough. It's just like when you go on your job. You go on your job and you got credibility, and you are worthy, and you worth 60K a year. If you come in there and you don't know you worth 60K and you'll take 30K, your job not going to say, when that's why the job asks you, how much do you expect to be paid? That's why they put that on the resume. What is your desire? Because they want to see if you know your worth. So when you put 30K, because you're just trying to squeak in the door, they're not going to say, well, actually, we got your resume and we see that you would like 30K. You're actually worth 60K. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay you 60K. They're going to say, we see that you would like 30K, but would you be okay with 25K? You see what I'm saying? That's the same way it happened in relationships. When you go to a man and you worth a whole man, but you so broken from everything you've gone through, then you say, I'm okay. You know, I understand every man gonna cheat. I understand men gonna have other women. I'm all right as long as you tell me about it. When you say that, then he gonna say, oh yeah, you right. You know, every man, no man could be with one woman. Like even that relationship coach you listen to online, he got other women. I done heard about it through the grapevine, but of course he ain't gonna say that because that's his business. But that ain't realistic. Like, and be honest with you, just having one other woman, that's not even realistic. Like a man really have to have 3 or 4 women. That's what he gonna tell you when you show him that you okay with sharing him. That's what he gonna tell you. So does he respect you? Absolutely not. Does he love you? Absolutely not. Can he be in love with you? Absolutely not. He see you as like this here piece of paper. I can't ball that up because that's my car note. See this here piece of paper? This is what he see you as. And when he done with you, he gonna do you just like that. That's what you got to realize. Crystal, God bless you. Separating from husband seems like he doesn't want to help with rent unless I want to take him back or be intimate. Advice. Crystal, pay your own rent. Pay your own rent. It's like you came in this world alone, you going out alone. Don't depend on your husband. If you separating from him and he wants you to get on your bike to get some money, show him you don't need your money. Get your game up. Okay, work more hours. Pick up another. You could take the life coach certification. Get on my mentor.life. Be making you an extra $400-500 a month right there on my mentor.life, coaching other women. helping other women. You see what I mean? Don't ever depend on another human being. And that's the thing that we get wrong. That we think just because we got in a relationship, or just because we slept with somebody, or just because we got their child, that now we become 50% of a person. No, you still a whole person. You 100% responsible for your life. So then people say, well, oh, well, that's letting him off the hook. It ain't got nothing to do with him, because he got the answer for that. He gonna have to look God in the eye. He got the answer to the seeds he sown. He got to deal with that harvest. So you can't worry about that. You got to take care of you. So get your game up. You out of work right now? Get on the unemployment. They giving out $600 a week, $700 a week. Tanya Burton, God bless you. Should I apply for an LLC first or an EIN to go into this auto paint shop, mechanic shop with my brother? He got his certification in prison and will be getting out soon. Tanya, you need a coaching session. I know that's your brother. I know you love him, but running a business is totally different. I don't know if I hop in no business with somebody hopping right from behind them bars. You hear me? Running a business, especially a brick and mortar business, especially a auto paint shop and mechanic shop. So you need a coaching session, Tanya, because what he in prison for? How you know he rehabilitated? What does he know about business? That certificate that they give out in prison, we don't know if that's the same thing you get out of Cracker Jack box. You see what I mean? So, and Tanya, that costs a lot of money. I know you love him now. I got a sister. I love her. I opened a restaurant for my family. That restaurant lasted 1 year. 1 year. The money was gone. They couldn't tell me where the money went. I came in there. They had to make all this money. I still had to pay the taxes out of my pocket after they had been making money every day. They had every excuse in the world. Well, the food costs this, and this costs this, and this costs this. You got to be careful about doing business with family if they ain't never ran no brick and mortar business and don't know nothing about no business. And the question that you asked let me know as well that you need a coaching session, because should I apply for an LLC first or an EIN? That let me know you're going to need a consultant in this process, because you can't get an EIN unless you got an LLC. So the LLC, you get that first, and then you get your employee identification number from the IRS, which is basically your tax ID. So you get an LLC, but then that EIN, that's your tax ID. So you're going to need a consultant. And I'll help you with that. It's other business coaches as well on my mentor.life that can walk you through this process. But listen to me. Listen to me. You'll be better off letting your brother get out and take his certificate and work for Mike's Auto Body, Larry's Auto Body, the shop that's been there for 30 years. Let him work there. Learn how they run the business. Climb the ranks in a couple years. Become the manager, supervisor. Learn how it's done. Then ask Mike for his blessing to go open his own shop with his sister. That would be more wisdom. Ksenia Tony, when did you know that sharing this knowledge is your mission? How do you handle frenemies? Latif, thank you for sending that blessing to ask Ksenia a question. I don't know if Ksenia your cousin or why you felt so pressed to ask that question for her, but God bless you for sending that blessing in and ask that question for her. I know she is blessed. And Ksenia, forgive me, I ain't see your question. You see I'm seeing questions, but I ain't see your question. I started this when I was 22. And to be honest with you, I was sharing it just because I had played the game so deep on so many levels, and I could express myself. I could express what I did and why I did it. And I knew in talking to other guys that they couldn't explain why they did what they did to the women that they hurt. They couldn't explain it. And they wouldn't come to terms with it. And they wouldn't see it for what it was, you know. And so that's what you have to realize. Somebody say in Michigan, y'all need an EIN before the LLC. So see, that's another thing, that different states is different. You know, in Florida, we apply for our LLC on our state business site, and then they send us a link to go to the IRS site to get the EIN. So that's why if you're gonna open business, you need to have a business coach in your state or that know your state laws. And I forgot the other half of that question that you posted for Ksenia. How to deal with frenemies. Oh, when did you know? Okay, Glam Rocks sent Ksenia question too. Hey, y'all got to realize on the Q&A, y'all spending y'all money to answer a question, to ask a question that is not no make or break question. Ksenia not gonna pass away for not getting that answer. Ksenia understand that this a Q&A with 1,000 people on it. So don't y'all get so self-righteous to feel like, oh, let me go spend money to ask this question. This question has nothing to do with her life being on the line, with her being in a toxic relationship. And so y'all got to understand, don't get self-righteous in this here chat. Like, they understand it's a million people asking questions. I do 2 Q&As on Saturdays. So I come back later tonight. If Ksenia ain't get her question asked, she can ask it later tonight. It's 100 other people ain't get their question asked. You see what I'm saying? So it's like y'all just put the hashtag Q in front of your question and then put it up there. If I miss it, I'm gonna go through the chat. But y'all gotta have the understanding that I'm one person reading 100 questions. So if I miss a question, that's just what it is because I'm trying to read everybody's question. But this question right here, it's a woman that's getting abused right now, and y'all ain't grabbed that question. This question right here, this not a do or die question. So how to handle frenemies? You see what I'm saying? If you know your friend is an enemy, then the problem is not with your friend, with your frenemy. The problem is with you. So once you find out that a friend is an enemy, you get gone. You move on about your life. You don't handle frenemies. You don't keep somebody in your circle that could stab you in your back. You don't keep that. Somebody say it was a paid question. The paid questions that I miss, what I do is I go back to the chat and I scroll through to find all of the colors that I miss. So I had not missed her question because I still go back through to scroll through the question. On y'all side, y'all see all the questions stuck right there. So understand that, and y'all just take a chill pill. Ksenia ain't got to go to the hospital if I miss her question. Veronica C, I'll be your translator, Tony. God bless you. Solo Pregunto, and y'all see what Veronica said. Alexandra, God bless you now. Hey, the Lord and soul bless you now, because this is your second time up here. Friend, a word. Okay, abuse. Married 3 years. 4 little eyes. Watch what's happening to her. Still married. Just had Junior. She pays a lot. Good 4 months. 5th. Drinks. 4 months. 5th. Drinks plus abuse. Cycle. She said when dating previously was abuse. Marry her knowing he does it. No, marry her now he does it. Afraid will get the call. What to do? I'm guessing maybe you talking about the call like to go meet the Lord. Yeah, Alexandria, you might have to sponsor your friend for a coaching session. But I tell you this right here, when you dealing with a man who is toxic like that, you know, he abusive like that, and he drinks, the longer you stay, the worse it gets for him. What I mean by this is it's kind of like a coil being wind up. When you wind in a coil, when you wind in this coil, this spring, the longer you wind it, when you let it go, the more it's gonna. But see, if you just whine for a little bit and you let it go, the bounce back not gonna be that strong. So that's what you have to realize about a relationship. When you in a relationship, if it's 3 years and you leave, now he hasn't had the time to work up enough animosity and resentment and anger. So when you leave, he's still kind of he's flustered. But see, if you stay there and he gets to realize your every movement, your every up and your every down, everything about you, he get to read you, he get to study, he get to learn. So now if he's really, really toxic to that place to where he could study how he can do something to you and get away with it, the longer you stay there, the more time you give him to plot and plan. So that when he want to get that tension off of him from his inner demons, he can do it and get away with it, or think he could get away with it, or he had the courage to do it because he done played with it for so long. So that's why I say recognize crazy early. As soon as you recognize it and you know it's toxic and you know if this is repeated, it could be deadly, you got to be gone. You got to be gone. How can a woman get out of a toxic relationship, but he's taking care of the children and she's working and he's her only help at this time? Well, you got to decide what that word means when you say toxic. You know, if it gets on your nerves, if you feeling, overly sensitive to where it make you cry, but it got a lot to do with how you processing what's happening and you not having a release, then you may need to take some of your income to get therapy or use your insurance to get therapy so that you have a release. Now, if it's really toxic to where, it's serious, then you can't worry about that little bit of help. You get on Google, it's foundations that'll replace his help. It's foundations in your city that will help you leave that situation. And they got grants that they can help you pay whatever bills you need paid. Then you also got child support that he could be put on, that he got to pay a price. Nashitra, God bless you. God bless you. Nikki Rowland, God bless you. Now pour out in their life, Lord. God bless you, Tony. Thank you for all you do. I've been consistently watching all your videos, even the old ones, since the ending of 2019. And it helps me getting closer to the Lord and finding so much peace in my life. Thank you. Hey, God bless you. Thank you. Now, y'all hold on right quick. Let me see, scroll through here and see if I see any colors in here. And thank Glenn Ross and Latif for asking Ksenia question. Crystal, I got Crystal question. I got that question. No, this Nashitra, you sent another blessing. Hey, I don't know if you meant to do that twice now, or if your phone glitch. God bless you now. Pour out in her life. Miss G, bless you. I saw Miss G. Hey, I appreciate y'all trying to keep the chat clean. Thank you to the moderators who tried to keep the chat clean. Had some complaints come in with the chat because, we live in this blog culture. And when you follow blogs on Instagram that post all this stuff, sometimes it just becomes second nature to just comment and clap back and, make light of stuff and, just say little stuff. And you saying it from a fun place or a loving place. You're not trying to be serious. But the thing is you never know where a person is at. So a person could be on here on their last leg. Sabrina, God bless you. Okay, I'm only 18, but you really guided me. God bless you, Sabrina. See, that was in the chat. So that's why I tell y'all, some of these messages, somebody sent a blessing, it only shows up in the chat. Y'all could see the chat because y'all reading it. But when I got a question at the top of the screen blowed up, it's blowed up on my screen, so I can't see nothing that's happening in the chat. So we on two different sides of it. So y'all got to understand sometimes just that human error. Nashitra, nah. Oh, somebody done stole your phone. God bless you, nah. Allison, I saw Allison's message. And so what happens is, the person who wrote in or the people who wrote in, they could have been being sensitive, but it's kind of like this. They got the right to be sensitive. Now, me, I'm always going to answer my question blunt, but this is the thing. You got to have rapport with a person. So when I answer my questions blunt, the person who asked me the question, they watch my videos an hour a day. So they know my style. When they ask a question, if one of y'all answer the question in the chat, they don't know you. So you're a stranger to them. And so your message, your answer could be the same just like mine, but because they have not watched you for 10, 15, 20 hours, it comes off as abrasive and offensive. And so that's why people was writing in, about the chat room. And this is the thing. I don't ever want to run the shade room. That's too messy. That's too toxic. And so for me, this is about helping people grow. And that's why I say, well, there's a lot of people on here and I'm just one person. You see what I mean? So I got to try to read all these messages, and YouTube really need to work on it to where it's a chat section on one half of the screen and it's a question section. And if somebody hit question, it goes into a whole to the other side of the screen so that I could clearly separate y'all just chatting and somebody asking a real question. But see, for this, I can't separate between y'all chatting and putting the emojis and things of that nature and a real question. Yvette, God bless you. Hey, I got to go. I'm gonna pass a minute. I'm gonna grab these last two questions. I got to go. Lord willing, I'll be back tonight. I say that, but it's not a promise. But if I could be back tonight to do round number 2 for people who I miss your question, it typically will be it's typically at 7 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern, depending on, my family situation, what we doing, date night or dinner. Yvette, I only have male friends, never really had female friends. What can I do? It's just the way it's always been for me. I'm very ladylike and like men only. Adjust. And like men only. Adjust, FYI. Yeah, you're going to have to kind of distance yourself a little bit. You're going to have to distance yourself. You got to ask yourself why you don't like women. I get it. My wife, she still got women friends, but she was telling me she really don't do women like that because women so, catty and jealous and drama and all this. So, I get it, but you're going to have to adjust because when you have a lot of male friends, that's feeding that energy. So their energy is taking up that natural oil that's on you that attracts a man. That natural scent on you that attracts a man. They energy soaking that up. So that when you go out into the public, you have taken energy instead of single and ready energy because you got so many male friends in your life. When you get that distance and say, hey, we're going to have to pull back a little bit. Like your male friends, anyways, they waiting to put you on your bike anyways. I know you don't believe that, but that's all that is. Because a man ain't going to be talking to no woman every day if he don't want something. So, unless he like men's and he just not into you. So understand that there. Men who are friends is typically a man waiting in the wings for you to get desperate enough, for you to be vulnerable enough for him to pounce. So those friends, you could put them on light conversation. Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, Happy Easter. How the child doing? Tell your baby happy birthday to you. Send a video, and that's just that. But if you sitting on the phone with a man and you talking and you telling your dreams, your hopes, your fears, your worries, you doing the most. You blocking all your husband energy, and he's soaking that up. And so you falling in love with him, but don't even want to admit it. And he falling for you, but can't be with you because he already in a relationship, or you not all the way his type, or vice versa. But y'all still blocking y'all blessings. Shantice, Charles, God bless you. And I got a video on that. I got a video on that. God bless you, Shanti. Pour out in her life. Latondra, God bless you now. Pour out in her life. Tony, after the 14 days, should I remain silent if he doesn't try to reach me again? Yes, you should. You should. I am 21. Baby daddy is 39. Am I wrong to leave him even though we have a child? No, you're not wrong to leave him. You're never wrong to leave. You're never wrong to leave when you got reason to leave. And that's you and your baby daddy. That he your baby daddy and he your daddy. He 18 years older than you. He old enough to be your daddy. If you have a soul tie and you think about the person all the time, is it possible they are thinking about you as well the same way? Can you be the only one with an emotional soul tie? It is very possible. It's very possible. Uh-oh. Got 20. I got 20% left. It's very possible that they thinking about you. Most likely they are. 2 months since ending a 7-year toxic relationship. Live together. 5 years. I'm happy with my decisions, but I'm having a hard time learning how to be alone. It hits more at night. Trying not to become depressed. I'm 27. Well, it's only been 2 months. 7 years, a 7-year toxic relationship could take 14 years to heal from if you're not doing real work. So, and it's gonna hit more at night because that's when the music stop playing. Everything quiet at night. That's when your mind go to racing. So what you may need to do is start listening to affirmations at night, or the soundscapes, the music with the affirmations, or you could listen to a teaching video that you have heard before. You've already heard it 2 or 3 times so that it's not really stimulating your brain. It's background noise, but you could do that. But hey, I got to go. God bless y'all. Congratulations to the new coaches who took the life coach certification. The coupon code is still available. It just, the value is different, just a little bit, but the value is different. But I just heard the my junk hauler just pull up. I heard his horn outside, so I got to help, get the junk hauled off. Hey, God bless y'all. Hey, let me grab this last question from Bruja. I feel like I saw her name. This is my last question right here, okay? How should I stay positive after telling a lover I no longer want a relationship with him anymore so I don't fall back on my back? You stay positive by doing what you're doing. You hear, you feed your mind, you get an accountability partner, whether that's somebody that's a friend or family member who's going to do it for free, or whether you have to go get a professional that you can talk to weekly until you get your footing and you get your strength. But you stay positive by putting positivity in your mind. If you listen to sad R&B songs, if you watching sappy rom-coms, romantic comedies on Netflix, you putting the wrong information into your mind, and it's gonna make you want to go back. Hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk soon. Hey, thank y'all for the thanks.